Yo, 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 welcome back to the Hulaham Hour. I am Kurtis, and this is Nick, and we are back. I believe this is our 30th episode, brother. How's it going today, man?
Woo! It's fucking nice outside.
Yeah, dude, it's been some hot days around the country, that is for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's kick it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday, June 25th, 2025. Welcome to episode 30 of the Hulaham Hour. Bro, I can't believe it. We've made it to 30 episodes already. It's fucking wild, isn't it? Yeah, happy. Thank you again all for the support that we've received over these last about 6 months, dude. I think our first episode was it was the week before my child was born. So, yeah. Wild times. So, speaking of wild times, not very many wild times in the sporting world. Me and Nick talking before we hopped on here today. These might be some shorter episodes coming up for the next few weeks as we are down to just PGA and MLB. As I guess we'll start off the cast a little differently. We'll just jump right into the NBA talk, I guess, because that is the biggest thing that happened last week. And for those of you that don't know by now, the Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Indiana Pacers in a very good Game 7. However, I feel America was a little bit shorted because of what happened with Haliburton. You want to fill us in, Nick?
Yeah, to tear your Achilles like that, you knew when he went down, like that team was just going to be deflated, and they still held their own. They still played a good game, but man, with him, it's just a totally different team.
And the saddest part about it is there's no way around the what if factor. There's just no way around it. I really feel like it would have been it was a close game really up until the third quarter. I want to say it was they outscored Indiana by like 25, I think, in the third quarter, and that just after that it was just too much of an uphill climb. For all these comebacks the Pacers have made throughout the playoffs, it just was a tough hill to climb, especially without Haliburton. This is our, hearts go out to him, man. I hope he heals up and can come back and contend again, but we will see. So, yeah, SGA got MVP. What are your thoughts on that? I didn't think anybody else deserved it other than him.
No, he is the MVP of the league and the finals for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the games they lost, the supporting cast kind of fell to the background.
Yeah, did you see that clip of the Canadian basketball team for the Olympics?
Oh, it's Shea and there's a few others.
It's getting scary. Like, Canadian basketball's no joke. And when we have the Olympics again coming up in a couple of years, we're definitely going to have some competition coming out of Canada to compete with the United States.
Here's the thing with that, though. We have 20 guys. These teams have like 3 or 4 that are superstars.
They had a picture of like 12 guys that were all top 50 NBA players, man. I mean, it gets wild. So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, but they definitely have some of the best players out there right now. So no denying that. I know the USA is the USA, and it's going to be tough to beat them no matter what. But we're also seeing a transition in the United States team because the United States team is on the older side.
Yeah,
A little. Just a little. LeBron's 40, but hey.
He's about to be like 42. They're about to start moving into retirement homes before they fucking go play the Olympics.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's funny. So, yeah. Again, congratulations to Oklahoma City. It's the first time that they've brought the championship home since they moved from Seattle to Oklahoma City. So, soak it up. Congratulations. But, again, I called them winning from the get-go, so at least we have that. One of our picks in both of the NBA and NHL finals, ended up winning the whole thing. So you might not come here for stats, but at least you could come here for some honest opinions on what's going to happen. So, yeah.
At least the Panthers didn't party like pussies. They broke the top of the cup. They dented the shit out of it. OKC, I'm pretty sure, just went to bed early.
Yeah, that was the next topic I was going to bring up was, they show the locker room celebration, and there's like 200 Michelob Ultras that are just begging to be drank, begging to be even just abused by being thrown all over one another. And it's just kind of a homage to the fact that the OKC is the youngest team in the NBA, as far as I know. They also don't drink. I remember growing up as a kid and watching Michael Jordan smoke cigars and drink cognac in the locker room with his hat backwards, throwing up gang signs with all his freaking rings on and shit. Then these guys, I watched one of them open a beer and take a sip of it, and he's like, I'm like, who are these people? But, I in the same breath, you got people that, can party and be athletic, and you have some guys that are very committed. So, I don't know. It was just, you had sent me that video earlier today of the 3 celebrations of the 3 other major sports winning the championships last year and the one in OKC, and it just seems like the NBA finals have lost its thunder. No pun intended.
Literally every other sport, people's running out in the field, throwing gloves, they're dancing around, spraying bottles.
Yeah, and it almost just seemed like OKC could have given a shit. So, yeah.
For their first one, too, you figure that's when you go more. If this was like 2 or 3 or something, maybe.
Yeah.
Been there before, but you guys never been there before, rather than won it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure, man.
I mean, you knew their city wasn't burning down. They were all in bed by 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. The NBA's struggling. It's blatantly obvious. I mean, their ticket sales aren't the thing that are struggling. They're just struggling as a league for people watching, and the entertainment, and the debacle that their All-Star break has been, and just goes on and on and on from there. I don't know. I hope they figure it out. It's not that the NBA is not exciting anymore. It's just I don't know. The players aren't even excited. That's saying something. So I hope they can figure it out. That's for sure. All right. Yeah. So again, congrats OKC. NBA draft, I believe you said, is tonight, correct?
Yep. 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Wow. That came up quick on us. Came up very quick on us.
I find it pretty coincidental there that Kyrie just signed a new 3-year deal right before the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably like, you better fucking pick up Cooper Flagg.
Yeah.
The only way I'm staying here, asshole.
Yeah, and I think I read this quote today of LeBron, which is kind of freaking ridiculous, but he kind of said something along the lines of Cooper Flagg is set up for a way better Hall of Fame career than I ever was with the multi-level of talent that Dallas has. Dude, if I was playing with LeBron on those teams, I'm like, fuck you, man. That ain't cool. For real, asshole. Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Team up with old Kyrie, so of course he's gonna talk good about Kyrie in Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see. So, anyways, we'll fill everybody in next week on the NBA draft, but I think that's kind of, everybody knows Cooper Flagg's going number 1. I mean, it would be a complete shock to absolutely everybody, even if you're not into basketball, that he doesn't go number 1 overall. So, good luck. Wish you the best. It'll be very exciting to see him play next season at the professional level. Just seems like lately players coming out of college with this much hype have just been letdowns. That's another thing. You look at players like Zion Williamson, players like, even like Lamar, oh God, who's the guy that played? I think it was Oden that played for Ohio State. Came out, Greg Oden. Thank you. Comes out and he's hurt his whole career. Never actually gets to play really. So, I don't know. That's definitely. I wish Cooper Flagg the best. I really want to see a player Like when Steph Curry became Steph Curry, there's not been another player do that. But, now it's just normal to pull up from the logo. And you're just now kind of expected at that level to be able to make those shots from the logo as well. So.
And the difference now is, like, Steph Curry went to school for 3 or 4 years. All these kids are doing 1 year. Cooper's still 18 years old.
Yes.
You don't know what he's really going to turn into. You have no actual data on him at a high level.
Yeah, can you imagine having the money he's about to have at 18?
Yeah, 18 years old.
Dude, like, come on, man. I didn't even know what a financial advisor was when I was 18. And, like he's going to actually, I don't know. But he's very mature young man. I think he'll do just fine. I think he's surrounded himself with the appropriate people to have a really, really successful career. As long as he can make that transition, I think we're looking at another really good player in the league. So.
Yeah, I just don't know about a superstar. I mean, he's fundamentally sound, but I just don't know if he'll be a superstar.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch. We'll see. We shall see.
He'll be the third best player on his own team.
Yeah. Which I don't think he'd have a problem swallowing his pride and, be in accepting that, because especially if you're a rookie, you almost have to come in knowing you're not going to be the best player on your team. So.
Unless you go to the Wizards.
That's true. What are they picking?
Oh, I want to say like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
First team in the league got bent by the lottery.
Oh, jeez.
I love it. I wish football would do that. Get rid of tanking, make it a fucking lottery.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, tune in tonight. It's probably on ESPN, I'd have to guess, right? Yeah. Cooper Flagg, born and raised in Newport, Maine. Yeah. Yeah. So tune in, watch it. We'll catch you up next week on the cast. So another NBA season in the books. So yeah. Moving on up. When's the NHL draft?
Oh, I'm not sure on that.
Let's find that out for the people. Yeah. All right. Oh, it's this weekend.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's Friday and Saturday. Yep. Yep. All right.
Usually the number 1 pick makes his way up, and other than that, you just probably never hear of a lot of them.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, the Islanders have pick 1.
Kind of why I like the NBA draft in that aspect. It's only 2 rounds, so like it all matters.
Yeah, but and how many rounds is the? Well, okay, so it's like that too, because really there's not there's minor league hockey, there's minor league baseball, there's all these kind of stepping stones, and the NBA just has D League, correct?
Yeah, just the G League.
Yeah, or G League. So, from that perspective, you really can't have a draft like that. I mean, really, it's yeah. Well, we'll see. So, yeah, so we got the NHL draft coming up, NBA draft. We'll fill you guys in on all those. I'm going to make notes for that for next week. All right, so moving on. We'll go to some NFL news before we move on to PGA, since we diverted a little bit differently than we operate here normally. Not a lot of NFL news. Nick, you got anything for us this week?
Nothing huge, honestly. The same grumblings that people holding out.
Yeah, Hendrickson's still sitting at home going.
Sanders can't drive a car, obviously.
Tried to pull a Henry Ruggs. Shout out, Brian. Dude, I just don't get it. And you know what? That's what I told Brian. I said, man, you would not have heard about this for any other fifth-string quarterback. But just because who he is, we're sitting here talking about it.
And he's still on the team.
Yeah, and he's still on the team. I don't know.
Any other fifth stringers that have been like, you're a fifth string for a reason, and we're definitely not dealing with this shit.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. Yeah. Most of the NFL news this week is pertaining to he who shall not be named this episode, which I think everybody can put 2 and 2 together on who that is. Yeah. If he who does not be named doesn't want attention, why is he doing Pat McAfee's show in June? Because, newsflash, people, he loves attention. I don't know if you knew that. The man's only been in our NFL lives for going on 20 years. Figure it out. Yeah, this bet. To be honest, if he even had a shred of a hope to want to play next year, he has to, one, be above 500, which that's going to be a stretch. He tried throwing the Jets under the bus that they just tried to run the ball too much, which, you know what? Even when they gave you the opportunity to throw, you couldn't make a throw, so why wouldn't they? I don't know. The thing's just going to be a dumpster fire. I'm going to have to buy one of Brandon Perna's weird logo shirts because I think the Steelers have a really funny one, and I hope he... Shout out Brandon if you're listening. Make a new logo for the Steelers that somehow involves how shitty the Rodgers is going to make the Steelers. Anyways, now I said he should not be named name. Now I have to go repent my sins for a while. All right. So, yeah, not a lot of other really good news. Most of the stuff on the NFL right now this week's just talking about how the rookies are looking at mandatory camps and things of that nature. Article here about on the brink of retirement, this NFL player turned to psychedelics to help with his OCD. Awesome. Yeah. So, yep. Got him. NFL collusion ruling. Arbitrator reportedly found NFL and Roger Goodell. Yeah, that'll be ongoing forever. So, yeah, the Cam Ward seems to be looking pretty decent in camp so far. Him and Calvin Ridley have been making some good connections. Travis. Yeah. Did you see when Chad Ochocinco gave Travis Hunter the truth on his Madden rating? No. Okay, guess what they're going to make Travis Hunter?
Probably like an 85.
I think it's a 76. And Chad Ochocinco was the one they were interviewing Travis Hunter, and he told him hey, yeah, your ratings. He's like, I think I should be a 99. He's like, well, I like your confidence, but really, there's no way. He goes, if I was to rate you, it wouldn't be anything above an 80. And Travis Hunter got all pissed off, and then he told him he was going to be a 76. But really, think about it. You're a rookie coming into the NFL. Nobody knows how you're going to adapt to the change. Yeah, he's a once-in-a-generation type player. However, Madden does updates every week, and it only takes a couple weeks for them to be like, oh, shit, this guy is faster than we thought, or oh, shit, this, that, the other. I still find it ridiculous that Madden doesn't use an AI system to do player ratings by now. I guess they still use freaking sticks and chains to measure first downs, but you just think by now, instead of having a whole board of people that rate these players, that they would have some sort of AI-assisted program in place to say, this is, according to footage, this is what this player should be. What are your thoughts?
Do you know how much joy these people have in rating these people? That's never going to go away. I would love to be like, top two pick. You're going to be a 76.
Yeah, I think I've mentioned it on... Yeah, I think I've mentioned it on here before, but the best thing ever when it comes to that was Ethan Albright's letter to John Madden about his 62 rating or something. He was the second lowest player, the lowest ranked player, and he's like, yeah, you gave me an awareness of 1. You make it sound like I wake up in the morning, hopelessly shit and piss myself while I throw my hands, which weigh like rocks, across my nightstand, knocking everything off of it as I begrudgingly fall and trip into my own bathroom. That letter, if you've not read that letter, look it up. Ethan Albright's letter to John Madden. It's worth the read. It's hilarious from beginning to end. I think he finishes off the letter with "Eat shit and die, Ethan Albright." So yeah, pretty crazy, but yep, don't have much else, I guess, on the NFL front this week. So yeah, all right. I think Liv had a tourney last weekend, I believe. I know they got Dallas coming up this week, I think. Oh,
They don't play every week.
completed. I thought they had one over the weekend. Nope. Okay. So they got Live Golf. Dallas is coming up this weekend, 27th through the 29th. And should be good. Got a picture of Bryson on the cover for this one. Maybe he won it last year. Who knows? But, yeah, tune in. That'll be fun to watch. But, yeah, move on to the PGA. This weekend is Travelers Championship, which is one of my favorite events to watch. It was really fun to watch people play under par, for one. But Mr. Tommy Fleetwood shit the bed. Poor guy. I feel for him, man. But he kind of did it to himself. Has the lead for the last 2 days, I believe. And bogeys his last hole to watch Keegan Bradley birdie it to take the lead in the outright W. Congratulations, Keegan Bradley. Second time winning the Travelers Championship, to my understanding. Yeah, it was fun to watch. It was an absolute breakdown by Tommy Fleetwood, as I said. He will get his first tour victory. I believe he now has over 10 top 3 finishes since he's got his card. But, yeah, what are your thoughts on the Travelers Championship?
Yeah, Fleetwood did drop the ball a little bit, but man, did Keegan Bradley hit clutch shots when he needed to. No, you can't take nothing away. It's not just Fleetwood, man. Bradley played phenomenal down the stretch.
He did, and it helps tremendously when the entire crowd is chanting USA in and Keegan Bradley's from the New England area. So it's kind of, as close to home as he's going to get to play. It's just wild. It's absolutely wild to watch that happen. But, I really hope that convinces him to come back and do the Ryder Cup again, because it sounds like for a while he was thinking about not doing it. And I really hope that he continues to want to do it. So, yeah. Okay, so coming up this weekend here in Michigan at the Detroit Country Club, it's the Rocket Classic. You can catch yours truly there on Sunday, be in the Ace Club. Pumped up about it, man. Who you got your money on this weekend?
Oh, I haven't even looked at the leaderboard yet. See who's playing.
Well, Colin Morikawa is the favorite. He's the favorite at plus 1,200. Which, to tell you, to put that into perspective, Scotty Scheffler's been averaging between plus 2 and plus 400 as favorites for these. So he's the top-ranked player playing. Number 2 at plus 1,600 is Patrick Cantlay. 3, Keegan Bradley at plus 1,800. Ben Griffin at plus 2,200. Now, last year, I believe it was Cam Davis that won this. And I was reading an article today that said he was plus 6,600 to win that last year, and did. It's kind of nuts. Anybody can do it. I think I put money on I put money on way too many things this week. But, put some money on Colin. I put some money on Keegan. I put some money on Ricky, and I put some money on. I think somebody way down. Hogard has plus 5,500 odds. And then I also did Steven Yeager. Yeah, I just started throwing money away today. Yeah, but at $2 a pop, dude, it's like, But, the plus 6,600 hits at $2 is like almost $200. So it's worth it. That's how you stay ahead, people. Don't bet it all at once. You just bet a little bit of it over a long period of time. So, yeah. Anyways, did you say who you think your favorite is?
I'm going to go with Ben Griffin.
He's hot, man. He's
Playing good golf with it.
He's been playing very good golf. Very, very good golf. So, yeah, very excited. I'm really, and when I searched why not a lot of people play in the Rocket Classic, and especially the top tier ones, they said it's the timing of the event, and also, it's after a signature event. It's not after a major, and we don't have another major for I think another 3 weeks. There's there's the Genesis Scottish Open, But then I think it's after that. Yeah, then it's the ISCO Championship and then the Open. Yeah, the Open's not till the 17th to 20th. So the excuses that I got were kind of lame as to why these people don't want to come and play. But I did look like the weather up, and it's supposed to be almost 90 degrees, and 90 degrees in Michigan with the humidity freaking sucks. I get it from that perspective. But again, they're playing all over the country in warm, hot weather all the time. So I just think it's kind of lame that we don't get a lot of good showings. I don't know, back when we used to host the Buick Open in Warwick Hills, like, dude, we brought the big guns out every year. And now it just seems like we just don't. What are your thoughts on what we should do for the PGA event in Michigan?
Move the course somewhere else. Like, go to a different course in Michigan. Because obviously these players don't like the location of it. There's got to be more to it.
Yeah.
And it's not in the best location. Don't get me wrong, the golf course is beautiful, but it's not in the greatest place.
Yeah, it's in, I forget what part of Detroit it's in, but yeah, it's not in a bad area, but it's still, sucks. I wish.
I kind of want to be by the ocean, nice hotel.
Yeah, and there's plenty of beautiful courses on the west side of the state that could totally house. I was kind of taken back by, I was reading the Golf Digest did the top 100 list for the year, and I think there were only 2 Michigan courses that made the top 100 this year, which I find so hard to believe. I just, Michigan is the number. I think we're 5th on the list for most golf courses in a state, and we only get 2. I just thought that was ridiculous. Yeah. I don't know, man. And Tom Fazio was the number 1 architect for it. He had 33 of the top 100 courses, and Tom Fazio made, I think, 2 of the 5 courses up at Treetops. And Gaylord's the golf mecca of the state, and they didn't have a freaking course in the top ones. I just find that hard to believe. But guess I'm not the one making the top list, so whatever. Agree to disagree some more. So yeah, I guess to take my favorite for the Rocket Classic, I'm just I love Ricky Fowler, man. He's probably one of my favorite golfers. I just love his swagger. I don't know, just something about it. He just seems like one of the bros, like he'd just be one of the fun guys to have a beer with, kind of. And so I'm gonna take Ricky. He won it 2 years ago. He's been playing well early and pittering out in the end the last few events. However, I don't know. Something about it's just telling me he might have it again. So, but it'd be cool to see like Colin Morikawa get a W. He hasn't gotten one in a while. It'd be really cool to see somebody like Tom Kim make his way up and actually win one. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll take Ricky as my my fave for sure. So, all right. And then coming up in the golf world of PGA, after that is the John Deere Classic. And then the Genesis Scottish Open is the 10th through the 13th. So John Deere Classic will be good over the 4th of July weekend to be able to watch some golf. Very excited about that. All right, you got anything else on the golf front this week? All right, moving on to the last topic of the day. To rename it to the Hulaham Half Hour these next few weeks. Okay. Tigers surpassed 50 wins on the year so far. First team to get there again this year. Closest is Dodgers at 49. They are right on our tail. However, Tigers still the best team in baseball, man. I never thought I would be uttering that sentence again for a long time still. Very, very, very proud of what our Tigers have done the last 5 years to turn this ship around, man. Trying to go to a Tigers game, and dude, like tickets for Detroit sports used to be so cheap. And I get like inflation's a thing and blah, 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 but like tickets for anything are through the frickin' roof. I think we mentioned before on a previous episode that the season ticket department for the Lions is cracking down on season ticket holders reselling to the point that if you do it too much and abuse it, that they will revoke your season tickets. And that's a great thing. Because season tickets, yeah, you can look at it as an investment, but they should be held out for the true fans. They should be, period. That's what it's for. That's what it's designed for. If you really want to scalp tickets, buy them like the regular public and flip them that way. That's all I can say. If you're a season ticket holder and you're reselling them, you're selling them to the other team. It's just the way it is. 100%. However, Tigers sitting at 50-30. They are 5-5 in the last 10 games, so it's been a little bit of a but getting a little bit better on the road still at 23-18. We're still 27-12 at home. Still killing it at home. Yeah. We're approaching the All-Star break, which is crazy to even think about. I think it's like a month away or a little less.
Usually middle of July.
Yep. Being unbiased for a second, it's really hard for me to want to call the Tigers the favorite to win the ship this year just because of lack of experience in the playoffs for our team, for our current team. But what are your thoughts on the Tigers making a big run this year in the postseason?
Well, we have some glaring holes in our bullpen, for one. And if we don't address that in some way, shape, or form, I think we make the playoffs, but I think we definitely aren't going all the way if we can't fix that. You got to be able to shut people down in the end.
Yeah, that has been our biggest struggle this year for sure, without a doubt.
We're back to the Todd Jones era, where you know we're at least going to give up. We're up by 3. He's going to give up 2 runs and leave a guy on first and second. And then you need to be able to shut people down without them letting you get back in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be difficult for him. Yeah, let's just take a look here.
And we definitely could use some other hitters, like Trey Sweeney and working out and get rid of him.
Yeah.
Guys started out decent and have just kind of fallen off the wagon.
Yeah, we definitely could use 1 or 2 bigger names in the bullpen for sure. Yeah, who's our closer?
We kind of flip-flop. Will Vest does it quite a bit.
Yeah. God, it's so crazy. We're older than almost everybody on this team, brother. Nope. No, we are still older than Javi Baez.
No.
Yeah.
He's got to be 35.
No, he's our age. He was born the same year we were. That's wild.
Looks like he's
Back to the episode where we talked about this. Oh, man.
athletic.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, man. There's Adam Silver's robot-looking ass. God dang, he is lurch. All right. Well, I think, yeah, man. Like we said, we're going to be kind of a Hulaham half hour here the next few weeks with a little bit shortage on football talk, basketball talk, hockey talk, but we will keep you updated with PGA, LIV, and MLB going forward. But I guess that being said, people, this week, Nick, you got anything else for us this week, brother? All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful night. And with that being said, we are Hulaham.